Ultra-rich chocolate Basque burnt cheesecake. This Basque is part of our store's sale series. It has sold as the top seller. After trying this one, you'll find that chocolate lava cake can't compare. The method for making Basque is quite simple. The key is still this recipe. Today, I will share 2 recipes for comparison. At the end of the video, we'll chat while making it. First, prepare 154 grams of cream cheese. It needs to be left at room temperature to soften to a toothpaste-like consistency. I usually cut it into small pieces. This speeds up the softening process. In winter, when room temperature is relatively low, we can cover it with plastic wrap and microwave it for about 30 seconds. For those who don't have a microwave at home, you can use a double boiler method. "40 grams of granulated sugar. Mix together until smooth. Then add 2 room temperature eggs. The weight of the egg liquid after shelling is 72 grams. Let's talk about the percentage of dark chocolate. Taking 75% dark chocolate as an example, it contains 75% cocoa solids. The remaining 25% is sugar, flavorings, and other additives. So, this chocolate percentage represents the cocoa solids in the chocolate. Generally speaking, the higher the chocolate percentage, the higher the cocoa content, which means less sugar content. Therefore, the taste will be more bitter. For 77 grams of dark chocolate, I used 65%. The result is that the entire Basque burnt cheesecake has a slight rich bitterness. If the percentage of dark chocolate is different, you can adjust the amount of granulated sugar accordingly. After melting it in a water bath until it becomes liquid, add it in. Then add 56 grams of room temperature heavy cream. Add 84 grams of unsweetened Greek yogurt. If you don't have Greek yogurt, you can use thick yogurt instead. Add 5 grams of cocoa powder. Note that cocoa powder tends to clump easily. Sift and then add it in. This Basque burnt cheesecake is the starch-free version. There's also a version without cocoa powder, and a recipe for one without heavy cream. The overall thickness will be slightly thinner. However, it won't affect the taste. This recipe is suitable for a 5-inch mold. For a 4-inch mold, you can have the recipe. For a 6-inch mold, you can multiply the recipe by 1.5. This way, you can adjust it to a more family-friendly portion. For a commercial recipe, I suggest adjusting the multiples freely, based on the size of the mold and the desired cake height, to determine the amount of batter to pour in. For example, for a 4-inch, we generally use about 310 grams of batter. For a 5-inch, it's about 460 grams. This is for your reference. The oven needs to be preheated in advance. Today, I'm using the new Heishi S80 oven. It displays the actual internal temperature of the oven. This feature is very useful. It makes using your oven very convenient, because you can always know the condition inside the oven. Top heat at 210, bottom heat at 200 degrees. After baking for 26 minutes, we set the top heat to 250 degrees. Then bake for another 3 minutes, to achieve a slight burnt top. After it's out of the oven, let it cool completely. Then refrigerate it. It is recommended to chill for over 3 hours. The texture will be better. Both recipes are ready. Let's taste them. Let's talk about the texture. First, let's discuss the recipe with cocoa powder. The chocolate flavor is particularly rich. And since there's yogurt in it, and also some heavy cream, the overall texture is still very balanced. Like yogurt, it can cut down some of the richness from the cheese and chocolate, while still maintaining a milky flavor. Then, why did we create a starch-free version? It uses only yogurt, because some fans previously provided feedback saying, "Can we make the Basque less rich?" So we adjusted the recipe again. We used yogurt for everything. This gives a fresher overall taste. At the same time, we removed the cocoa powder part. This was to lighten the richness of the chocolate flavor. So, the overall texture is, it has a chocolate flavor, but it's also a bit fresher. Basque burnt cheesecake. The yogurt can be replaced with unsweetened yogurt. The yogurt can be replaced with 2 recipe options for you. You can make both versions. Go back and try the texture comparison. Then you'll know if what I said is true or not.